Hello again. In this video we will talk about what happens when you swing an object vertically. This is a good example that will help you see how the centrifugal and centripetal forces interact with other forces. So to start, let's say we are spinning a yo-yo vertically, so that gravity does play a role. Now when we ask the question, what's the tension in the string, the answer will change depending where in the circle we are. I'll just show you 2 points of interest. At the very bottom of the yo-yo's path, we have the following force diagram. We have the centrifugal force pointing outward with a value of mv squared over r. We also have a downward force of mg. In the opposite direction we have the tension force, which has to keep the radial acceleration to 0. So we can write this equation. The tension minus the gravity minus the centrifugal force should equal 0, since we can't have acceleration in the radial direction. We can then solve for t like this. At the very top of the yo-yo's path, we have this force diagram. We again have the centrifugal force pointing outward with a value of mv squared over r. Now we need to counter this force because the string can't stretch. This time we actually have gravity helping us counter the centrifugal force, since it is pointed inward. And if gravity is not enough to counter the centrifugal force, we have tension that can pick up the slack. So we can write this equation and then solve for t. Now this equation is actually a bit incomplete. See, the tension force only prevents the string from ever stretching. It does not actually prevent the string from collapsing. You probably have noticed that if you pull a string, it won't stretch much, but if you push the string, it will collapse and won't resist your push at all. So too here. If the gravity force is stronger than the centrifugal force, there will be a net inward acceleration, and there won't be a tension force to counter the inward acceleration, since tension will only fight an outward acceleration. So instead we can write these equations. If the centrifugal force is greater than the gravity force, or equal to it, the string will be held taut, and we can write the equation that we solved for. If, however, the gravity force is greater than the centrifugal force, then there will be no tension force, and there will be an inward acceleration determined by this equation.